Hey guys, Arthur of Gaming here. I have a couple new sets of Dwarvenforge, and I wanted to kind of show them off a little bit because I think they're pretty impressive. This is the Postern Gate. So the Postern Gate is from here to here, so it's these two wall sections and this gate section in the middle. And all that stuff you see in that part there, as well as a couple little accessories on the side that I'm going to show you. And then I also got two corner wall sections, if you can see these. So when you're putting some walls together, it's nice to have a nice corner wall, and a corner wall section comes with that one and that one back there. So there's two sets of corner walls, so with two corner walls in each set, and with two sets of corner walls like I have, you could technically make like a square. So that's kind of cool. So I wanted to show these to you while I had them before I mixed them in with my whole set. As you can see, there's an LED. There is a working drawbridge, up and down, which is pretty cool. The portcullis also goes up and down. I'll show you that in a minute. Hard to do with one hand. As you see, the LEDs are on, and they're, of course, lit up, looking cool. It's one of my favorite things about Dwarvenforge is their LED stuff. It's got a top parapet area with some flags. There's a crossbow. There's a hatch. That's pretty awesome. And now let's go around and look at the back. All right, so here we are looking at the back. Again, here's my corner wall sections. I'll show you those in a second. And here's the postern gate in the middle. There's the top again. Here's the view from the back with the hatch. The hatch does come off. You can try to do this with one hand here. You can pop the section right out. Obviously, it's easy to do. I just did it with one hand without a problem. And you can pop it back in. Here's the rest of it looking at it from the back. So you can do things inside. If you look in there, you can actually have little, minis inside. And of course, there's like arrow slits and that sort of thing, which are pretty awesome. This little barrel of arrows and this ladder came with it as well. I just stuck them on the outside for now. I'm sure they're supposed to be on the inside, so you can get up inside it and stuff. Here's some extra accessories that came with these two kits. This came with the postern gate. So there's another crossbow, which you can mount where the flags are. So we could take this flag out, for instance. And if you don't throw the crossbow down. Although if you do throw the crossbow down, it's Dwarvenite, so it doesn't break, which is great. And there you have a second ballista sitting up there, right? These wall pieces come with it as well. Really crenellation pieces, as well as the 4 on top, obviously. Here's some more pieces. There's these doors. The doors go right on the back there. I like it kind of without the doors. I think without the doors, it makes for better pictures and stuff. So I left the doors off. There's a couple different sets of banners and flags you can put on those same corner pieces up top like I showed you. And then with the corner wall pieces, if you see this here, this comes apart, right? And you can do stuff inside. These are magnetic. These are metal in there, and there's some magnets in there. With this corner piece here, you could put this there, and then you could have this in here like this, and then you could have this all open in the back. So if you wanted to have like an open wall in the back, and especially if you wanted to run some minis and stuff around in there, you have the open for that. Or you can do what I did and just close it right up, because you don't want anybody messing with your stuff. Just close it right up, and it goes right in like that. And then this can go back on here. And so so the one corner wall section comes with these two. These do come apart. These two walls are separate, the two corner sections, and they're magnetic, so they're holding on there. Comes with this piece on top, so you can either fight on top of the wall if you want to, or you can put the crenellations on if you have them. It has these two sections here that you can, close it up so you can have it closed or open. And you get two sets of those. So you get this side right here is one corner wall section. Boom, this right here. And that's pretty cool. I think that's going to look great when I get the rest of my wall stuff set up. And I plan to do a bigger build of castles type wall stuff in the next week. Probably for my River Break game, hint, hint. So I will do a better build and show you guys that. So with this here, again, the ballista comes with it, so that comes off here. I'll take the ballista off here and the flag off the top up here. So these come right off because, modular Dwarvenforge, great. Here's a little, this is like a little I don't know what you call it. It's like a brace, So then that way, these pieces don't fall in the middle, which is good. It's a These things are super handy. Like you wouldn't think they would be, just this little thin piece of like dwarvenite, and what good is that going to be? But anytime you're doing anything with like tops like this, and you need to balance, and you don't want them to like sink in the middle, you need some sort of brace in there. So either this or a column or something. But then of course the column takes up part of your inner floor, so the braces really work well. And then if you look in here, so this is 5 pieces, right? So these walls come out just like any standard stone wall piece that Dwarvenforge has. You could replace these with something else if you wanted to. And then of course they have these. Oh, and I have this backwards. Huh, that's funny. Okay. Anyway, this is supposed to be out a little further. They have the doors here. So if you're doing this right, like if I have this pushed forward like I'm supposed to, boom. There you go. Then you can come out through here, and you can come out through the door and come out on the crenellations. So that's all good there. And if you look, the floor has like murder holes in it, right? Which is kind of cool. So people could be dropping stuff down around your enemies and that sort of thing. So there you go. So then the front's supposed to be a little more pronounced than the back. So I'll get these out of the way. All right. So then this also comes off, of course, because Dwarvenforge modular. You can look inside. Now there's a door, or like a door on the bottom, and that door pops open. There's a button on the side, and it flops down. So if you had some sort of dungeon underneath it or something, and you had this elevated up, you could then, if things drove or people came in and broke through the gates and started walking through, the door could fall, and they could fall down into the dungeon or something. And the portcullis does in fact. Oh, sorry about that. The portcullis does in fact go up and down, right? Which is kind of cool too. So your portcullis can go up, and there's little edges in there that kind of, you can't really see them, but there's little edges that kind of hold the portcullis up for you at different levels, as well as the drawbridge being down. So, yep. So that goes on there, and this makes a nice little gatehouse. Between these 3 sets, you got a cool little gatehouse here. I could see this going well with some other castle stuff. So yeah, there you go. There's a complete setup here between the 2 corner walls and the postern gate. All in all, I think this looks great. Of course, this is Dwarvenforge, so you can drop it and bang it on the table and never worry about breaking it, which is why I love Dwarvenforge so much. It definitely keeps you from having to worry about things falling and breaking. I live in a house with a couple of cats, and when I set up for my River Break campaign, sometimes I have to set up a couple days early because I'm a nurse. So I work a lot, especially during this pandemic, and I work and I have to set up days in advance, and then my cats come through and lay on my terrain and stuff and knock things off the table. And when my Dwarvenforge is on the table, which is most of the time, I never have to worry about it breaking, which is a good peace of mind and makes it really, really worth it. So, yep, so that's that. Check those guys out. Of course, www.dwarvenforge.com. You can check them out on Instagram at DwarvenforgeOfficial. And of course, you can go find me at the Arthur of Gaming on Instagram, and here on my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what kind of things you guys are looking for, what kind of content you might like. I'm going to do some more videos on Dwarvenforge builds in the next few weeks to give you guys some more content. You'll see this one again here in another video coming up very, very soon. And that's everything. So as always, guys, it's a crazy, crazy world out there. Please stay safe.